Hey folks, I almost started taping this before I had my hair combed, before I had my beard combed, before I was even out of my bathrobe. If you wondered about me before, that would have sealed the deal, wouldn't it? So here's the deal. I kind of want to talk about this because I haven't got any solution or answers to what I'm talking about. And by the way, I don't have any script for this or anything either. I'm just rambling, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't get too politically incorrect or anything like that. So, title, like I think all the streaming services gives you suggestions. Here's what's new, here's what they think you'll like, here's what you played recently, here's a list of things like what you've heard before, whatever, that kind of stuff. And you'd think they'd be pretty bad about it because their AI otherwise absolutely sucks. You spell heart H-A-E-R-T instead of H-E-A-R-T. They got no idea what you're talking about. Where Google, Apple, Amazon, they'll patiently correct you and not make a deal about it. Title just comes up, what the hell are you talking about? I thought I heard a symphony, and I saw the sign to fire it. I swear that I sometimes stay still, but it was only in my head. So, I don't expect much out of them that way, but ironically, their suggestions tend to be right on a lot of times, or at least pretty darn close to the truth. Either they'll suggest bands I've never heard of or ones I've forgotten about for a long time. Even right down to the albums, sometimes they come up with the right ones. So, this last time they came up with a band called Thunder. They're the ones I'm playing underneath here and cutting into and out of and so on. The first album they played was a ripe old one from 2010. Like I say, I immediately, first song, probably first 12 bars, 8 bars, whatever it is, I was hooked. I knew I loved the band. And they're nothing special. I can say that right now, right alongside saying I love them, because they're a very standard rock band, going back way before 2010, that's for sure. But then, it's not that surprising because I like Tom Petty, who's kind of a throwback. I like Bob Seger, that kind of stuff. Blue Oyster Cult, Mountain, Nazareth, and these guys are a little softer than some of those, but, very straight ahead rock and roll, nothing fancy going on. And I don't know what it was really that got me. They're a little bit more keyboard driven than some bands, and I like that. I like keyboards being included. Although usually it has to be a Hammond B3 or something like that to really get me going, and this, is kind of synthesized piano. That's typical. So it's not anything exciting as far as the tracks, and the recording isn't that good. It's not bad, but compared to like the Billie Eilish album that I thought I was going to be talking about today again, this is nothing. It's just a real standard recording. His voice I identify with a lot. I really like it. And I'm very voice particular. There was some contest going on about name 5 bands that you hate or something. Well, near, if not at the top of my list, Rush would have been right there. And the reason is that Geddy Lee, I just cannot stand that voice. It just drives me nuts. It's like nails on a chalkboard kind of thing. And I never get past it. I'm not a prog rock guy, so I probably wouldn't like him anyway. But the real reason I don't like him is that voice. I've thought many times if I run across a female smoker, I don't care how good looking they are or what their personality is or anything like that. That voice going like this, I just cannot stand it. And so I react very positively or very negatively to voices. And this guy, whoever he is, he's got a voice that gets my attention right away. Trying to think about who it is, I don't know. I should know, because again, it's not an unusual voice. The only thing I can think of right off is the guy from Fabulous Thunderbirds, because he kind of swallows his voice the way that guy does. But material's way different, and I don't know what it is. Songwriting is really good. But of course, that early on, you can't pick up on that yet. But this song I'm playing, I think the words are fantastic. I don't know, maybe I'll include a scroll of them or something if I can figure out how to do it. Maybe that'll get me more copyright strikes. Who knows? I don't know. That's probably about it that I've got to say today. Well, here it is. They suggested Thunder 2010. The surfer girl, that I've shown you the cover of. So that was a couple weeks back, and I said, yeah, I like it, and so on. And so 2 days ago, they have me listen to a 1999 album. That's how far back these guys go, and I think that's not their oldest album yet. And by the way, Thunder gets horrible reviews. What I've read is just scathing. At least some critics didn't like them whatsoever, and it's probably because they're pretty pedestrian, and yet I prefer them over many bands that I would say have a very similar sound. So, if you listen to Thunder, be forewarned. Not everybody likes them for whatever reason. I love them. I can't figure out why. I can't figure out why they hit a chord with me. Get what I did there, chord, so immediately. But hopefully you can give me some insight into what either makes me tick that way, or how you kind of go about picking and choosing new music that you've never heard before, or somebody hasn't told you about. And that's about it for this morning. Talk to you soon. Bye.